Your person finds themselves wrestling with a profound and all-consuming sense of self-directed anger, a heavy emotion that stems from the weight of everything they left unsaid and all the actions they left undone. This is not merely a passing feeling or a momentary wave of regret that washes over them and then recedes. No, this anger has taken root deep within their heart, embedding itself in the very core of their being like an ancient tree whose roots have grown so deep that they cannot be easily pulled free. It has become a constant, unwavering companion, a persistent reminder of all the opportunities they allowed to slip through their fingers, all the chances they watched pass by without reaching out to grasp them. They are haunted, day and night, by the echoes of words they never found the courage to speak, by the ghostly shadows of actions they never summoned the strength to take. The regret they carry is not abstract or distant. It is palpable, tangible, something they can feel weighing down upon their chest with every breath they take. It presses heavily on their heart like a stone that grows heavier with each passing day, making it difficult to move forward, difficult to breathe freely, difficult to imagine a future unburdened by this weight. What makes this pain even more acute, what transforms it from merely difficult to almost unbearable, is that they can feel your energetic presence so incredibly close to them. Your essence surrounds them, brushes against their consciousness, whispers at the edges of their awareness. Yet despite this spiritual proximity, they find it profoundly challenging to connect with you in the tangible, physical world where bodies occupy space and hands can touch. It is as though you are standing right there within arm's reach, so close that they should be able to extend their hand and feel your warmth, yet simultaneously you seem to be miles and miles away, separated by an invisible chasm that cannot be crossed by ordinary means. They can sense your energy with remarkable clarity. They can feel your essence, recognize the unique signature of your being, perceive the subtle vibrations of your soul. But the physical distance between you, the separation that exists in this three-dimensional reality, seems like an insurmountable barrier, a wall that rises higher than they can climb. This paradox of being spiritually so close while remaining physically so far creates a particular kind of torment, a bittersweet ache that never fully subsides. This connection that exists between the two of you has always moved at what might be described as a slow, deliberate pace in the three-dimensional world. It has never been rushed or hurried. It has unfolded gradually, carefully, like a flower that opens its petals only when the time is precisely right. But what you must understand is that both of you are currently engaged in a profound process of spiritual alchemy. You are both working through and transforming deep core patterns that have been embedded in your souls for lifetimes. You are processing and transmuting not only your individual wounds and limitations but also patterns that belong to the collective consciousness of humanity itself. This is not simple work. It is not something that can be accomplished overnight or rushed through without care. It is a process that demands patience, that requires perseverance, that asks for a willingness to sit with discomfort and uncertainty. This is a journey of genuine transformation and continuous evolution, a path where old patterns that no longer serve must be consciously shed like a snake releasing its old skin, making way for new patterns to be formed, for new ways of being to emerge. It is an intricate dance of energy and consciousness, a sacred choreography where two souls are learning to move together in harmony, to find their rhythm with one another, to synchronize their movements even when they cannot yet physically touch. The learning curve is steep, and the lessons are profound. Their life, which has become deeply entangled in what can only be described as a karmic situation, has descended into a state of chaos. Everything seems to be falling apart around them, crumbling like ancient ruins that can no longer support their own weight. They find themselves caught in a relentless whirlwind of emotions, circumstances, and events that seem to be entirely beyond their control, as though they have been swept up by forces far greater than themselves. It is as if they are standing in the very eye of a storm, that deceptively calm center surrounded by violent winds, trying desperately to find their footing, attempting to maintain their balance amidst the swirling chaos that threatens to consume everything they once knew as stable and certain. They have been deeply, thoroughly immersed in their emotions lately, swimming in waters so deep they sometimes fear they might drown. This is especially true when it comes to you, when their thoughts turn in your direction, when your face appears unbidden in their mind's eye. The very thought of you stirs up a tremendous tumult of feelings within them, a veritable storm of emotions that crashes against the shores of their consciousness. Love and fear, hope and despair, longing and resistance all swirl together in a confusing mixture that adds layer upon layer to the chaos they are already experiencing. Each thought of you brings with it a cascade of feelings that they can barely process, let alone articulate. The karmic contract that once bound them, that invisible agreement that tethered them to old patterns and painful cycles, had actually already been broken some time ago. The energetic ties had been severed, the obligations released. But even though the contract itself was nullified, the energetic fields that surrounded it, the residual patterns and habitual ways of being, kept them stuck in place. They remained trapped, held fast as though by invisible chains, even as they worked diligently on themselves for what has felt like a very long time. The work of self-improvement, of healing, of growth has been ongoing and exhausting, demanding everything they have to give and then asking for more. However, something has shifted. Things are now beginning to align in their favor. The universe, which had seemed indifferent or even hostile to their desires, appears to be finally conspiring to bring about the changes they have been longing for with every fiber of their being. The great cosmic wheels of destiny are turning, grinding slowly but inexorably forward, and they can sense, with a knowing that goes beyond rational thought, that a significant shift is approaching on the horizon. Something fundamental is about to change, and they can feel it approaching like distant thunder that heralds a coming storm. The feelings they have held for you, feelings they have oppressed and suppressed and pushed down deep within themselves for so long, can no longer remain hidden beneath the surface. These emotions, which they had carefully buried in the deepest chambers of their heart, locked away and denied, are now surfacing with unstoppable force. It is as though a dam that had been holding back a vast reservoir of water has suddenly cracked and then broken entirely, and now a flood of long-denied emotions is pouring out, rushing forth with such intensity that it cannot be contained or controlled. Everything they have felt but not acknowledged, everything they have wanted but not admitted, everything they have needed but not claimed, is now demanding to be seen, to be felt, to be expressed. Your presence in their life has accomplished something remarkable and perhaps unexpected. It has broken down all of their carefully constructed walls, all of the defensive barriers they had built around their heart to protect themselves from pain, from vulnerability, from the risk of being truly seen. Those walls, which took years to build, which felt so solid and impenetrable, crumbled in your presence like sand castles before an incoming tide. And now, existing without you, living in your absence, they feel a profound void in their heart space. This void is not just an empty spot or a minor absence. It is a gaping chasm, an aching hollowness that echoes with loneliness. This emptiness serves as a constant, insistent reminder of your absence, and it fills them with a longing so intense, so persistent, that it becomes almost impossible to ignore. The yearning they feel for you has become as much a part of their daily experience as breathing. This emotional turmoil they are experiencing, this upheaval of everything they thought they knew about themselves, stands as a powerful testament to the profound impact you have had on their life. Your presence, even your absence, has stirred up emotions and feelings that they never even knew existed within them, never suspected they were capable of experiencing. It has forced them to question beliefs they held as absolute truth, to confront fears they had spent a lifetime avoiding, to face their inner demons head-on without the comfort of their usual defenses or distractions. Your influence has pushed them completely out of their comfort zone, that safe and familiar place where they knew all the rules and could predict all the outcomes, and it has forced them to grow in ways they never imagined possible, to evolve beyond the limitations of who they once were. And even though this journey has been incredibly painful at times, even though it has been challenging beyond anything they had anticipated, even though there were moments when they wondered if they could survive the intensity of it all, they would not change it for anything. They would not trade this experience, this growth, this awakening, for all the comfort and safety in the world. Because they have come to understand, on a level deeper than words can express, that it is not just about reaching the final destination. It is not merely about arriving at some predetermined endpoint where everything is resolved and perfect. It is also, perhaps even more importantly, about the journey itself. It is about every step taken, every lesson learned, every moment of growth, every instant of genuine self-discovery along the winding, unpredictable way. I want you to understand that I have reached a point in my life where I am absolutely tired, exhausted even, of playing it safe and sitting in the shadows. I am weary, bone-deep weary, of constantly listening to all the people who say otherwise, who tell me that I should be content and satisfied with what I already have and not reach for more, not strive for something greater, not dare to want what my heart truly desires. That is why I have now made a firm decision to listen to my intuition, to trust that inner voice that speaks in whispers and subtle knowing, rather than listening to the opinions of someone else, no matter how well-meaning or logical those opinions might seem. I have decided to trust my gut feelings and my instincts, to believe wholeheartedly in my own abilities and judgment, and to follow my own unique path forward, regardless of what others may think or say about my choices. Their approval or disapproval no longer holds the power it once did over my decisions. I have come to realize, through pain and through grace, that I can only be truly, authentically happy with you. It was my fear, my deep-seated and irrational fear, that held me back from experiencing this divine love in all its fullness and glory. It was my fear that prevented me from living my best life alongside you. It was my fear of rejection, of being told I was not wanted or needed, my fear of failure, of not being able to live up to expectations, my fear of not being good enough, of being somehow fundamentally inadequate or unworthy, that prevented me from opening my heart fully and letting you in completely. But now, after much soul-searching and inner work, I have made the conscious decision to let go of these fears. I am choosing to release them, to stop giving them power over my life and my choices. I am choosing instead to embrace the love that I feel for you, to welcome it fully, to let it flood every corner of my being. You are my rock, solid and unmovable in a world that constantly shifts. You are my pillar of strength when everything else seems to be crumbling. You are my source of comfort when the world feels cold and harsh, and my source of support when I feel I cannot stand on my own. I believed in our love, I trusted in its reality, because you accepted me exactly as I was, with all of my faults and imperfections and rough edges and broken pieces. You did not judge me harshly or attempt to change me into someone else, someone more acceptable or easier to love. Instead, you loved me for precisely who I am, in all my messy, complicated humanity. You saw me, truly saw me, and loved what you saw. Thank you for believing in me when I struggled to believe in myself, for encouraging me when I felt discouraged, and for pushing me gently but persistently to do my best, to reach for my highest potential. Your faith in me, your unwavering belief that I was capable of more than I thought possible, has given me the confidence and courage I needed to believe in myself and to strive actively for my dreams, rather than just wishing for them from afar. My world before you came into it was cold and dark, a bleak landscape devoid of warmth or color. It was a world filled to the brim with loneliness and quiet despair, a world that felt empty of meaning or purpose, a world completely devoid of warmth and light. I walked through that world like a ghost, present but not truly alive. But then you showed up, you entered my life, and you brought light into my world in a way I had never experienced before. You ignited a flame in me, a bright and burning flame that cannot be put out, that refuses to be extinguished no matter how strong the winds of adversity blow. This flame burns brightly and passionately within my chest, warming me from the inside out, and it fills my entire world with a warmth and a light that I never knew was possible, that I never dared to hope could be real. Sometimes I catch myself looking up into the vast expanse of the sky, gazing at the clouds or the stars, dreaming and wondering about when we will finally come together, when the distance between us will finally be closed. I imagine, in vivid detail, how wonderful it would feel to finally be in your arms, to be held close and safe. I think about feeling your warmth against my skin, hearing the steady rhythm of your heartbeat beneath my ear as I rest my head against your chest. I dream about the day when we will finally be able to share our lives together in the physical world, not just in spirit or in hope, to build a future together brick by brick, to grow old together as the years pass gently by. These dreams fill my heart with hope and sweet anticipation, and they make the waiting, as difficult as it often is, seem worthwhile. They give me something to hold on to during the darkest moments. My love for you is pure and strong, untainted by selfish motives or hidden agendas. It is a love that is not corrupted by greed or the desire to possess or control. It is a love that is not swayed or diminished by circumstances or external situations, by obstacles or challenges, by time or distance. It is a love that remains steadfast and unwavering through all conditions, a love that is not going anywhere, a love that has planted its roots too deep to be uprooted. This is a love that will never die, never fade, never diminish. The passion and emotion I feel towards you burn brighter and hotter with each passing day, growing stronger rather than weaker as time goes on. These feelings fuel my desire to be with you, to love you with everything I have, to cherish you for exactly who you are. Your partner has something of great importance to share with you, a revelation that weighs heavily on their heart and mind. This is something they wish to express to you in person, face to face, rather than through any other medium, because some truths are too significant to be conveyed through words alone or across distances. This revelation stands as a testament to their personal growth, to how far they have traveled on their inner journey, and to the profound evolution of their perspective towards you and towards the relationship you share. They have made a conscious, deliberate decision to no longer allow any external influences, particularly those from karmic individuals who belong to their past rather than their future, to infiltrate their thoughts and emotions, to poison their mind with doubt or confusion. This decision represents a significant and powerful step in their journey towards self-improvement and personal growth, towards becoming the person they were always meant to be. They are now more deeply attuned to their inner voice, that quiet wisdom that speaks from the soul, and they are actively making changes in their life based on this newfound self-awareness, this clearer understanding of who they truly are and what they genuinely need. Their entire perspective of you and the relationship you share has undergone a profound transformation, a complete shift that has changed everything. They now see you in an entirely new light, as though scales have fallen from their eyes. They are recognizing, perhaps for the first time with true clarity, the positive influence you have had on their life, the ways you have shaped them and helped them grow. They have come to realize and deeply appreciate how your presence in their life has contributed significantly to their mental and emotional growth, to their healing and their evolution. They appreciate with genuine gratitude the patience you have shown them, the grace you have extended even when they did not deserve it, and the space you have provided them during their difficult journey of self-discovery and healing. They understand now what a gift that patience was, how rare and precious. This journey they undertook was a genuine turning point in their life, a moment of profound pivot where everything changed. It was during this sacred time of inner exploration that they gained true clarity about what they authentically want in life, what really matters, what is worth fighting for. They have come to appreciate and honor the power of your gentle and feminine energy, an energy that has humbled them in the best possible way, that has softened their hardened edges and prompted them to deeply reconsider their life choices, their priorities, their path forward. Your partner now sees the relationship and sees you in this new light, appreciating fully and completely the positive influence you have had on their personal growth and transformation. Your partner's journey of self-discovery was not an easy path to walk. It was not simple or straightforward. It required them to confront their deepest fears without flinching, to face their insecurities without looking away, to acknowledge their past mistakes without making excuses or deflecting blame. But through it all, through every dark night and difficult day, your unwavering support and understanding provided them with the strength they needed to persevere, to keep going even when giving up seemed easier. Your patience and genuine compassion during their time of self-reflection and intense healing played a crucial role in their transformation, in their ability to emerge from that crucible as someone new.